Yay! Back again on our bi-weekly schedule. And as you can see, we've got some guests tonight right off the bat, and one that is not up there yet, but we'll show you what the deal is with him in a minute. It seems like we've had to do this way too often in the last, 5 or 6 months. But we'll do it again tonight briefly, and just not as a hurry up and get it out of the way thing, but as an actual respect to give it the attention it deserves. First thing, John Irwin was the voice of He-Man, and for me, and I'm sure you guys too, Morris the Cat. Remember, I didn't know this in the 9 Lives commercials that used to be, on everything. He passed away. It's complicated, and we kind of talked about it earlier. We don't really want to get into all of that other than to just honor the man. He passed away at some point in time. I'm guessing sometime, what was it, the 20th of December, Shane, was kind of the gist of it anyways. So he did a cameo in Back to the Future 2. He played one of the characters in the Archie's cartoon for a long time. Of course, Morris the Cat. He was on, Shane was just telling me not too long ago, he was on Rawhide, the old cowboy show in the 50s. He did a number of those episodes. And do you have that letter right handy?
Yes, sir.
Shane, that you guys can, hopefully you can read that. This is from the voice actress from that played She-Ra. Aside from being friends in real life for 40 years, we have been a team. We were He-Man and She-Ra. To my quote-unquote my brother, pass on as a tremendous sorrow, even though I know life is not infinite. The tears I have are because John was such a special, quiet man, and we shared a very special relationship in those roles as twin brother and sister. Your body of work will live on in the hearts of so many people to whom you gave love and strength and hope and laughter in times of difficulty and the need to be calmed by laughter and hope. Working with you gave me strength and hope and caring as well. I remember the working times when I felt I could stand on your shoulders when I was going through a difficult day. Times when you reminded me of who I was portraying, your twin She-Ra, the most powerful woman in the world. There are wonderful moments with all of our fellow actors, times of good work, times of sincere caring, and times of joyous laughter. Now that you are gone, I cannot say hello anymore. My heart aches. And no, you lived your life the way you wanted to live. I'm glad to have a few lines of your voice messages to me to listen to, and as well watch you as portrayed He-Man and said, I have the power. You did and still do. The joy and camaraderie you gave to me while giving me the strength you always wanted me to share. After all, we were twins, He-Man and She-Ra forever. Again, big part of our generation. That voice. I mean, it's definitely right up there with Cobra Commander, Starscream. Just one of those voices stick with you forever. So, all due respect and appreciation to him and his passing. So, with that said, let's get back to the monkey circus here and do what we kind of do best. Shane? Let's do our first guest tonight.
Okay.
And go from there. Okay, guys. Been a busy day, but I got a message from somebody, and I want to see if somebody wanted to be a special guest tonight. So I'm doing it a little early because of his schedule. So we'll see if he is on the line here. Hello, my friend. Sly called me and said you want to be on the show tonight. What's going on?
It is a pleasure to be on Joe's Zone. I never miss an episode. I especially love your rants on McFarlane and how he keeps screwing over collectors with all this limited figures bull malarkey. It makes me want to go all commando on him.
Nice. So, what are you up to? What do you want to talk about, honey?
Gadsden Collector Con is coming up this Saturday. I wish I could make it, but I will be meeting with the Netflix people and trying to convince them we need a second season of my show, Fubar.
Nice. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, you collect figures. I didn't know. I don't know. I've seen a few interviews with you and stuff, but I don't know. Do you collect figures?
Maine is going to be at the con. I would love to meet him and give him some pointers on how to make a good fight scene. Watching him and Hugh Jackman slap around at each other is like watching an old episode of Glow Wrestling. It makes me want to terminate the television.
Glow Wrestling. Yeah, Glow Wrestling. Back to where we were. You collect?
I am down in Alabama. I will have to stop by Wolf's Den Collectibles.
Oh, yeah.
I am looking for the Batman and Robin movie figures. I want to build a Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure from that wave. Mr. Freeze is my favorite DC character. That movie figure is one handsome action figure. I need it.
That's a good chance. Good chance I'll have it. I don't know. We're going to miss you at the show, though, so I'll say that. I do appreciate you being on. I know you're on a tight schedule, so.
So I have to go. I hope the Gadsden Collector Con is a big hit. I plan to be at the next one, unless I am off filming the second season of Fubar. In the meantime, stay chill like Mr. Freeze and you, Joe.
Nice. Well, there you go. Thanks, honey. That's a pretty ringing endorsement for the show and the Gadsden Con. So there you go. One of our more loyal fans. You never know who's going to pop up around here. Well, there you go.
That's awesome.
I have to tell you, that was one of the more difficult things because John sends me 6 videos yesterday and goes, "Here, you can just fill in between."
You missed the best one.
Which one was that?
About him doing the trading with Wolf to try to get that Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure. He said he had a NECA Rambo figure and
I know.
He said it was so ugly it made him want to barf.
That was Arnie number 4, and it wouldn't. I could not get that thing to load at all. So that was a good one. That actually was. Yeah, the comment about the ugly figure was.
Let's see if I hold on just a second. Let me see if I can get it up here. If I can get
Yeah,
it.
It's going to take Arnie to show up at Dave's door.
He can come over if he wants to.
I would love to meet him and give him some pointers on how to.
No, wait, that's the.
No, that's it. No, that
The
wasn't
next
it.
time I am down in Alabama,
No, wait, that's not it.
Jonathan Wolf is into trading. Perhaps I can trade him for that Mr. Freeze figure and also one of those awesome NECA Dutch figures from the Predator movie. I have a crappy NECA Rambo figure I need to unload. I don't know why I bought it. It is so ugly, it makes me want to barf.
Oh, man.
That the whole process will get better as we get the whole process ironed out. That's for sure.
Nate, she's over crying. She's like, it's hard.
Okay.
I'm surprised you say I'd be back.
That's pretty good though.
So,
This boy is gonna be the death of me. I'm telling you right now.
The shipment has arrived.
Awesome. So as you can see, yes, let's refocus here. We got these guys are the ones that are responsible for this whole thing. The Gadsden Collector Con next Saturday. You got Mr. Wolf himself and Derek are here with us. So, what's going on, guys?
We screwed that flyer up. I got the wrong phone number on it. So
Oh no!
called, yeah.
Over there.
Uh-oh.
That's the one flyer with the wrong number. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
it's the one I've been showing for a year now, man.
Yeah.
So you guys all set? All good to go for next Saturday?
Few details we got to hammer out.
Sure.
We're right there at it, about
Yep.
98%. Yeah.
Now, same venue, correct, but different space.
Just added
So-
space. Yeah.
How much more space have you got compared to last time?
So probably about 13,500 more square feet.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's a big difference.
We're missing the hallway in one of the rooms, but we got the big room this time.
Yep.
So
Very cool.
That's what
very,
matters,
very
yeah.
cool.
In July we'll have all of it though.
Yeah.
the whole venue.
Cool.
Mhm.
Wow. Very cool. Very, very cool. You got a bunch more guests this year, or this first one for this year, I should say. I don't want anybody to think it's the only one for this year because it's not. More guests, more vendors, more space, and didn't appear to be that admission went up any. So that was very, very cool.
Wolf wanted it to go up to about $40, but I told him
Did he? Yeah. Well,
So, you want to tell us something about some of your guests you got coming this time?
I'll let Wolf take it. That's his job.
All right. Obviously, we got Tyler Main. Tyler Main that plays Sabretooth in the X-Men movies, and had a small role, getting his head chopped off in the Deadpool Wolverine
Short
movie.
roll.
Yeah, short role. But I would think his main role or his biggest role would have been Michael Myers in the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I've never met Tyler. He's been real nice, us messaging back and forth. But everybody I've talked to says he is like the coolest guy, like just super nice. And he is a monster too. He's a big man.
He's like 6'9", isn't he?
Yeah, something like that.
He's
Yeah,
about Mason's height. Yeah.
So him and Mason will be.
Yeah.
that's right. But we're super excited about having him. We've got the other people that we have. We have a comic book artist. We have an author that's coming. And we have some, YouTuber guys that's going to be there. That's going to be also vending. So they're going to be selling merchandise and or selling. Most of them are into games, video games. They'll be selling and hopefully shoot some videos and stuff.
Doing like a POV seller. That's any kind of advertising for us would be great. So
Yes, yeah, definitely. And then we have we have Bray Hubbard, who plays for the University of Alabama. He'll be at my booth, and the rest of the guys will be up on the stage.
nice. Fantastic. So you got you had a good mix of vendors last time between comics and toys and the guests and the sports memorabilia. I'm guessing that's pretty well maintained. You didn't end up lopsided in one direction or another.
yeah, we've tried to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like there was a lot of card dealers that would want to join in, and we kind of had to delegate it. I just wanted it to a good mix.
Yeah, and I'm glad to hear that it wasn't just first come first served. As far as you want a table, you got a table, and then you end up really lopsided in a direction that may or may not be best for your attendees. So good job on that. Kudos to that.
In other words, we don't want 15 tables with Funko Pops in there.
Yeah, because if I never saw another one of those, it really wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Telling me I'm gonna give mine away. Yeah.
Yeah, that it was fun while it lasted, right? But not so much anymore. Very, very cool. Very cool. What do you guys want to say? Anything? You want to breaking news or anything like that?
Well, one thing I do want to say is I really encourage people to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I'm always surprised because some people we've had were like, "Hey man, have you heard about Gas and Collecticon?" They're like, "Oh yeah, we came to the last one." And I'm like, "Well, it's coming up February 8th," and they have no clue that it's coming up. And I'm like, it's just important to follow us so that you can stay up to date, because if this is something that's not going to stop for a while, so we really want people to be up to date and know what's going on. So I just Facebook, Instagram, that's our two main. Eventually, we may start a TikTok, maybe, but Facebook and Instagram is our big ones for now.
Very cool. Very, very cool. No, I mean, seriously, congratulations on all of it. I mean, I temporarily looked into doing a show here in the Birmingham area and found out really quick that was the temporary part. It's just not going to happen. Really, I mean, the expense got way out of hand. The requirements on the vendors themselves were outrageous. So yeah, it's just kind of big time congratulations for you being able to do this, especially as quickly as you did. I mean, it seems as though John said one weekend, hey, he's going to put on a show, and the next week, and then there's a show, and then the next show was already sold out and doubled in size, and it's just like, I don't know how much better that can get. I mean, seriously,
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, we didn't expect it. Yeah, I mean,
and from the Birmingham area, which was what we had been talking about, that 45-minute, 50-minute drive, that's nothing compared to the hassle that would have been happening if you'd have tried to do it in Birmingham. So yeah, kudos to you guys for that, because you did a fantastic job, and I don't doubt you've done it again. So
yeah, we want to make sure everything's cheap. My whole main job is vending at different shows. So
yep,
when I see an expensive entry fee, and then there's 50 celebrities, the vendors are the ones that get hurt.
Yep,
So,
it's true. Yeah, it is true. Yep, it is true. And celebrities are good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, sometimes the lines are so frustrating that I hate to say this, they may as well not even be there, because you go to the show and you spend your whole day standing in line, and the vendors aren't getting anywhere near your wallet because you're standing in line, sending the kids for snacks and stuff, and that's about it. I mean, it's just that's no fun. So I think you guys got a good mix. I think you got a good blend of everything. I think you pretty well got it figured out. So
it's a lot of good toy vendors. I know y'all are all toy guys, so a lot of good toy vendors going to be there. So.
Yeah. So where do we pick up our VIP passes? I was just curious.
We'll have your name down.
They did say that if you walk in there and say that you saw them on Joe's Zone, you could get in for $5.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Right.
Deal.
Only
All right.
$5? Awesome.
That's fast.
Just mention you saw them on Joe's Zone, you get in for $5.
See, and I heard if you say you're on Joe's Zone, it costs you $10 to get in. Awesome.
Well, I thought we got him free because we're on Joe's Zone.
Everybody but you, Corey.
That's right.
So,
Awesome.
Last year you had one food truck.
Yeah,
there. You
same.
gonna have more this year?
Down, the interest go up.
Yeah, we got a barbecue truck this time also. We have the noodle truck, and we have a barbecue truck, and I'd like to get a coffee truck, but we kind of slacked on that. But
Yeah.
We've had a couple more trucks reach out to us about doing it. We didn't really know what was how many is just too much where they don't get enough
proper
business.
yeah.
So
2 or
maybe
3 or
this-
4 at the most is what I would think would be adequate.
We can't guarantee how many people are coming. We have no clue. We didn't expect it last time.
Right.
What's going on this time? So
So about them. Yeah.
Well, I mean, word of mouth. Word of mouth alone it's gonna be bigger than it was before. There was a lot of people there when I got there, and I was there first thing. There was a lot of people outside waiting to get in. So, and it didn't let out. I mean, I don't remember what time I left, but there was still a decent stream of people coming in, and not. It was 2 to 1 coming in versus going out still after 4 hours or so. So
yeah,
that was
Started
really
thinning down about 4 o'clock
yeah.
last
I was
time.
gone by then. I do know
We
that.
stopped charging people. Yeah. We got an ATM this time. We got 2 food trucks. We just don't want people to leave, because if they leave,
Yeah,
they're
right.
back.
Right.
Exactly.
This way they can get cash. They got their food.
Mhm.
They sit down. Everything. So
yeah.
Very, very cool. Yeah, all that stuff's important.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, you got to rework that one.
But I told Wolf I've had 3 or 4 calls this week from people in Chattanooga and Atlanta. They were at the Atlanta Comic-Con. I guess the one in the hotel. And they said they heard about it there. So
Good.
it's getting around. So.
Awesome.
Yeah. I know you guys, I think you guys go to Toy Atlanta and all that a lot. Bite Size Geek was telling me, he said he was recommending that we go to there and try to put up our flower or talk to them and see if they would put our flower up somewhere in there. I don't know if it's a lobby area. I don't know where he's talking about because I've never been, but that might be something we're going to look into this year.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because I mean, there is promotion that goes on there for others.
There's like a board outside of the entryway that's got different flyers for different cons and stuff on it.
Okay, great.
So that would be a good idea.
Okay, cool. So we'll have that one's, is that in March or is that in February?
It's in
March.
March, okay.
That's Toyland.
Toyland, yes.
And
so
then
we'll have to get our flyer.
Joe is nearly June.
September.
Yeah, September.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So don't sell out because I need a table.
You want a table in July?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the boy here is getting into 3D printing stuff, so he's going to need a table. So don't sell them all. John said he'd pay for
Now,
it.
are y'all going to have security?
Why? You plan on
Y'all gonna have
shoplifting?
y'all gonna have security at the con because Shane likes pushing people down. So,
Yes, you
I
for it.
was going to say they're prepared for you because there's a nice curb right outside.
He can't get over it. He trips on flat
well,
ground,
it's
guys.
fall. It's just spring, so I can spring over instead of fall over at Target like I did last time.
There
Let's
you
hope y'all
go.
got good liability insurance for it.
Yeah,
The venue's covered with everything.
Yeah, the city owns it. They can deal with that.
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I figured I had to go up another $15 just to cover Shane and the liability because everybody found out Shane's going to be there.
Never know. There's a story behind Corey falling, so
You
We'll have to
pushed me.
tell
He was
you
in
guys
front of
one
me.
day.
I straight figured I had to push me down from the back.
Very cool. Very cool. So, give us the address, give us the times, give us the admission.
Well, let's see if I can read that. The
There you
venue at Coosa Landing, 201 George Wallace Drive, Gadsden, Alabama, 35903. Everybody can start getting there around 8:30.
Mhm.
You know, we can start giving out wristbands, taking money. Doors open at 9. Or you can wait till 10, $5. But yeah, should be a fun time.
and don't call that phone number.
Do not call it.
Do not call that phone number. Right. That is kind of funny, isn't it?
I think Wolf Den's going to be open kind of late that day, aren't you?
Yes. So I'm gonna. Wolf Den will be open from. I'm probably gonna do 1 to 7. So G will be at the store at the con helping me while Bray Hubbard's there, and then when Bray finishes up, he's gonna go grab some lunch and then go open up the store. So anybody that comes into town, I would love for you to come check out my new location at 410 Broad Street. It's literally just right over the bridge. But I know there's Hobbies and Collectibles is right next to me basically. On the other block of down from us, we have Gadsden Sports Cards and Antiques.
Yep.
And then Terry's shop is Affordable Computer and Games. He's on that same block. I mean, there's 4 things that you can go and check out that falls under the collectible world, and each of them has a little bit of toys. Me and Mike probably have the most, but cards, video games, comic books, it'll be a good time.
Absolutely. And that's cool too with that location. If you don't, you can stray from the show and end up at a shop, or stray from a shop and end up at the show. I mean, you really, that's actually very cool too. And that's kind of built into that location there in Gadsden, which is awesome.
Yeah,
They're literally
Yeah,
What,
they
a half a
benefited
mile?
last time. All those shops over there, they said a lot of people were all day Saturday. They were just full.
Yeah.
So glad we could help them.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
goes
absolutely.
good about a con for local shops. People will leave the con. They're like, well, I got a little money left. Let's find somewhere else around here to go.
Yeah.
They pull it up. They find it. They go.
That's kind of been our thing, trying to we want Gadsden to be happy with us, and we're like, we're bringing revenue and bringing people. It's a lot of things is coming in. So we
How many guests you figure you had last year there?
We never counted.
Yeah.
I would be afraid to say over 1,400 people walk through that building.
That's what we're guessing. Yeah. This time we're going to keep up with it better, but I think it was around 14.
It was packed.
And
Yeah,
that
it was
all
at one
smaller.
point. Yeah, it got pretty crowded. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I would, if you guys don't mind helping, there were some people last time, and we knew that this would be an issue because we were a little more in a smaller space. But some people got got too crowded, and they just had to leave because they couldn't stand it. Now with us having a bigger area and more space, but we think in our head, we think it's going to be much more roomier. But we want you guys to be honest with us and tell us how it feels while you're there. If it feels, comfortable, roomy.
For us, we go to the bigger cons, so we're used to being jam packed with people.
Oh yeah,
like Joe Fest and places like that. You can't walk without bumping into someone, and so we're used to that. I mean, it didn't bother us at all. So I mean,
okay.
But for other people, though, it would.
Yeah,
the only thing that I would say, honestly, is check with the venue. Make sure there's somebody there that can handle climate control. Because I got to tell you, in the last 18 months, we went to 2 different shows, and one of them was Joe Fest, and I have to tell you, the humidity in that room, just from people breathing, got so oppressive that it was driving people out because you couldn't. It wasn't so much the elbow room; it was the fact that you couldn't. You physically could not breathe inside the main room, and everybody kept saying, "You gotta do something about the climate control in here." And I remember I was with one of the vendors. I can't remember who it was. They said. They were talking to another vendor, and they said, we've asked them to get this under control, but there was no one there from the venue to actually manage the climate control. So they were waiting for somebody to show up. And if you guys remember, it was about 2.5 hours later, it got ice cold in that room.
Did.
And it went, and apparently the person disappeared again because. So I don't know if you guys have any control over that, but just if you can, watch your climate control. People will tolerate the lack of elbow room, but if you can't breathe, or the water's running off everything, that's a drag.
Well, when it starts getting hot like that, also,
Well, there is
deodorant. Yeah.
and people just get.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
People
you
aren't
have any control over that.
hygienic anyway, so
We there's a lady that'll be there all day. She's actually coming in an hour early, so our vendors have 3 hours to set up. So
Nice.
she'll be there all day because originally it was going to be 7 to 9 setup time, which some people have elaborate setups. So we're glad that they're helping us out. So
Yeah, the venue they've been great. They've been real good to us.
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, my take on it, because it was my first con in a long time. Me and Shane got there real early to help John set up, and by the time we got there here, it's set up. But it was fairly crowded in the early hours. About lunchtime, it really picked up, and then about 2, it started kind of get where you can walk again. But as far as everything else, I liked it.
Oh yeah. Yep.
We were okay with the criticism of being too crowded that time because we already had the February show booked, and we knew we were going to have a bigger space then. So we were, that didn't hurt our feelings any by getting that criticism because we figured that would be fixed. But we want to see how it feels this time. And
we can handle criticism.
I felt sorry.
For sure.
Right, I felt sorry for the vendors in the hall. Man, it was hot out there.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
It really was. It was.
that's where Andy was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the house. Yeah.
It was hot in the lobby. Yeah. It was hot
Yeah, but
everywhere.
I mean, seriously though, the learning curve on all of this stuff has got to be so broad. I still give you all the kudos in the world. You guys did a fantastic job. And like I said, you get it all figured out. Hey, you're being open to input, which, there's been a few shows that, if you don't like it, don't come back. I mean, so you guys are doing a great job.
We had a few comments. Like the guy said that he was very unhappy. It wasn't worth the $5 because there wasn't enough card vendors. I was like, it's not a sports card show. There's plenty of those. But we do have sports card vendors.
Anybody that looks you in the face and seriously says it's not worth my $5, I mean, really?
Yeah.
I was not offended by that comment by any means, but in my head, the sports vendors that we had there, every one of them said they did great, and I think every one of them almost may have came back. So I don't know how. I don't know. But
Y'all had about 7 or 10 sports card guys there, did you? I seen them.
That's what I said, but he said we had 3, so I deleted his comment. I was getting mad.
You learn people are going to gripe and complain no matter how good it is or how bad it is.
1,000 good reviews, 1 bad review is just, that one sticks with you. I don't know.
But
You're not going to please everybody. I can tell you that right now.
Nope, never going to happen.
Yeah.
I will say this though, Derek doing this a lot, going to shows, he really is very he cares a lot about the vendors. He wants the vendors to do well, and he takes a lot into that. And I mean, even stuff that I feel would be fine, he gets real. Like the hallway, he was real worried about the hallway last time. He just thought, no, the hallway's not a good thing. But I was like, man, I think this hallway's fine. And even this time, we've had to open those other 2 rooms and use those. And so we have thought, about those vendors that's in that area. But I think it's all going to flow good. But just know that Derek really does take a lot into consideration for all you guys. So
and it's appreciated
daily. Yeah, it's a full-time job.
And seriously though, from this perspective, it's appreciated because we've all experienced this too. When you go to a show and the vendors are tired, the vendors are frustrated. You know what? Customer service starts to get a little lax. So, and it's a drag, and no one, everybody's miserable then. So no, kudos again. You guys are doing a great job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate that.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, this stuff is, this and my store is just, it's the stuff I wish I could do all the time,
Oh, sure. Yeah, no doubt. Yep, no doubt.
And they all start somewhere small. I've talked to Jeremy that owns the Huntsville Pop Culture Con, and, they were in a small room and they started, and now they're the biggest show in the South, one of the biggest shows in the South. So.
Yep. No. Again, guys, great job. So next Saturday, I would think you probably ought to be showing up around between 8 and 8:30 to get in the doors. Because like I said, we were there, 20, 25 minutes early last year, and there was already a considerable crowd of people outside. So
we're hoping, because not everybody wants to do the VIP, because some people's asked us, like, what's the VIP get? And I'm like, well, you get in an hour early to see the deal. If you want to find some deals or get stuff early. But we're hoping that 1 hour helps. Calm some things down,
Yep.
And we'll have more people taking up money this time, and keep it moving, hopefully smooth. And if it still backs up, then in July we'll have more people taking up money. So we will correct the things that we need to correct.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we'll try to be there for 9, I think. We're not going to help John set up, so we can show
There you go. Well, him and Wolf are Booth brothers down there in the corner. So
we'll be over there if you're coming in, we'll be in the back left corner, right by the stage.
Nice.
me and John. So.
And I tell people I got no shame. As soon as you walk in the door, I'll be right there to the right.
There you go.
Right as you walk in.
Hey, that's where you want to be, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's where all the money comes in at.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, again, guys, congratulations. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, great job.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
We will definitely be seeing you next weekend.
Awesome.
And you are more than welcome to hang around here as long as you want to.
Now, did you say all three of y'all are coming, or Shane, you don't know if you're going to make it?
I'm on the edge right now.
On the edge, okay.
I have to wait till a couple of days on down in the week to find out.
Okay.
Sure.
It's understandable. Yeah.
Work and everything, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. And my boss is,
Terrible, isn't it? Terrible.
Oh, I can't believe I called him my boss.
I know who he's talking about.
Well, thank you, guys. Looking forward to next weekend.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we appreciate y'all. I tell Derek every Sunday you guys are putting out there talking about it. Like, we just appreciate that. Like, that's just you don't know that to us, and keep doing it, and that's just awesome. So we really appreciate you guys. In any way that we can help, I don't know what y'all's go completely for this channel or this group, but we will help y'all in any way we can too. If y'all ever want to put something at the con, or I don't know, we're here to help you guys too. So you think of something, and we're there to help y'all too. So.
I mean, my personal goal is that eventually somebody else does this. But no, I'm kidding.
If we got maybe like a 25% off at the store, we could buy more toys to show on the show, and get more people to come to your store. So.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll come when I'm there. Then get it.
It's just getting big now, right?
They'll have
20, I'll be happy with 20.
Yeah. And I will say, if Wolf can keep Derek out of the comics, you'll have well organized comics to see when you get there.
That's right.
My name has
put the Marvel in order.
Yeah. That's what y'all can do tonight. Take a poll and see the right way to alphabetize a comic book.
I've never went to the Avengers section in the M's, the Mighty Avengers. I'm all in the A's.
I gotta agree with him on that one.
That is too much.
Well, most people use the CLZ app, and the CLZ app is in there by the indicia, I guess you call it. So, like Mighty Avengers would be under M for Mighty Avengers.
I'm a key collector guy. I don't like.
Yeah, I heard you done messed up your system.
I've gave him a hard time.
I don't like stuff in order. That's the fun of the hunt.
I have an antique booth with 20 long boxes, and it's none of them are in order. And I sell probably 500 a month. I mean, they look big and thrill.
That's cool though.
Yeah, I got to plug that. I got an antique booth in Leeds at the Bama Flea Mall. Y'all ever head out?
Been there several times.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I got the big double booth with all the comics and video games. So.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that booth, the one that I always go to, and I see all them long boxes that are disordered. And I said, I can't find nothing there.
That's the one where me and John was in there, and John said, "Don't go on that one."
If you got OCD, don't go over there.
That's funny.
I'm gonna take the Saturday, go down there and hit his booth up and organize them for him.
You'll see why I don't, man. Them people down there throw my comics around. I don't know what they do.
Talk about OCD. John will go in there and fix it, and then your business will drop 80%. It's not fun anymore. Cool. All right, guys, let's get moving along here. Shane gets awful upset if we get off schedule. So
I'll let y'all get to it. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna go finish eating.
All right. Great having you guys on.
Appreciate it,
See you
guys.
guys.
we'll
Thank
see
y'all.
you.
so much.
See y'all Saturday.
sir. Nice. Always great having those guys around. What do you think? Mr. Todd put up 3 DC figures this week that went the way most of them do. They just went, right?
Just went.
Yep, just went. I mean, this is the Flesh of Superman, which is actually a very cool figure.
It is a good one.
It's just such an interesting choice because I remember as a kid,
Where'd Dave go?
I don't know.
Dave.
Yeah.
He's faster than a speeding bullet on that one.
He was
He must have
something.
hit the wrong button there or something.
Anyway, I know nothing about this figure, so I'll take.
That's
I'll
the first
take Dave's
appearance of
place.
Superman, I do believe.
All I know is it's based off,
Hey.
what was it, 1940s cartoon?
there we go.
Yeah.
He's back.
I don't know. That,
Faster than a speeding bullet, he's back.
the app crashed.
He was like Superman.
just like that. No, that's what I mean. I don't remember ever seeing this actual cartoon until like the VHS tapes were released back in like the
Me
late
too.
80s. I was aware of it, but I'd never seen any of them. This was a cool choice for figures, but again, he's dropped the production numbers down so low that a lot of this stuff is just almost impossible to get. And I have to tell you, it's actually starting to show on the secondary market because I was at Second Chance in Marietta today, and I was at Full Circle. And I have to tell you, neither shop had much of anything McFarlane as far as the DC Multiverse figures. And I don't blame them because about 70% of that line are either peg warmers, and they're not. No one wants them. Or the other 30% are that everybody wants. You can't get. So I don't know if they're really bothering with it anymore. But it's a cool figure.
How's the new location at Full Circle?
It's a lot different, John. It's a lot different. I mean, they're in a big fancy shopping center now. I mean, they're right across from the big fancy Barnes and Noble. I will tell you this: at least 40% of the store is video games and vinyl albums now. There's not a lot of OG stuff.
For G.I.Joe.
There's a ton of Star Wars stuff in there. I mean, an absolute. There's a wall of Black Series figures. Super nice. Still got great staff. Neither Richard or Kelly were there today. I guess Kelly is. They said Richard is recovering from the move. I guess there was some kind of health issue that popped up in the middle of all of that. But from what they said, he's getting better. They called Kelly on the phone to answer a question for me, but she wasn't there. It's very nice. I have to be honest with you, the parking situation really didn't improve any because they're right smack in the middle of this weird little shopping center that's built like a village. Does that make any sense? So the parking situation didn't really improve, but it was cool just the same. I had not been to the new location. Second Chance, I'm going to go up in a couple, 3 weeks, and we'll be doing a video with those guys. Cool shop. Very cool shop, very well organized. Everything's, where you can get right to it and see everything very well. And literally in the same shopping center, 50 yards away, there's a huge comic shop right there, Dr. Notes Comics and Games. I got to tell you, that is an awesome comic shop. So that's well worth the trip to get over there because between those two shops, you'll burn up, if you're not paying attention, you can burn up 4 or 5 hours real quick.
Burn up $400 or $500 real quick too.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that, right?
Believe me, I know.
Yeah. So I'll be headed back over there. I spent a good portion of the morning talking with Chance at Second Chance, and we'll be doing a video with them in a couple of weeks.
Well, to be quite honest, this might sound cheesy, but you can always get more money. You can never get more time.
Well, yeah, I know. He's so wise. He's wise.
Well, speak to us, wise one.
Yeah, Yoda.
Time game back, you will not.
Wise you are not. All right. This was Dark Flash, and I have to be honest with you. I know absolutely nothing about this storyline. I think it kind of came and went. It's a cool looking suit, but I know absolutely nothing about this character.
So you're saying that storyline was gone in a flash?
Mm-hmm.
Just like
it's actually right, gone in a flash. I don't even know when it happened. So
that was quick.
Cool looking figure, but it's just not. I don't know how well this one sold. I'm guessing it sold out probably not as quick as Superman did, but yeah, I mean, I really wanted this figure to be a lot better. He looks like one of those characters. You remember that cartoon El Dorado? You remember that? He looks just like one of those characters in that cartoon. And it's just like, that doesn't look like Garth. It just doesn't. I'm kind of hoping that there's a variant that's like Silver Age Aqualad, but probably not. Timothy got suckled on, so I thought I'm going to get the one from him, so I'll have it. But this figure was I don't know where they were going with this. Really kind of a really strange facial sculpt. So I don't know.
To me, it looks like it needs to be in a grunge band from the 80s or 90s.
But yeah, it's just a very strange. It's just a really strange facial sculpt. I don't get it. It doesn't look like any of the artist renditions that I've ever seen. He'll do that sometimes. He emulates a lot of the figures look like the artists that drew that series, but I don't remember him ever looking like that. So I just don't know. I don't know. So that was the Todd Father in a nutshell for this past week, right? I got my notification yesterday from Best Buy that Power Girl, Captain Cold, and what was the third one? What the heck was the third one?
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner, thank you. Shipping by the 20th. So that's not terrible. I'm actually looking forward to that Power Girl figure. I really want to know if there is an ab crunch in that figure or not. It doesn't look like there's any articulation in their torso at all. And if it wasn't, I have to be honest with you, if it wasn't the character that she is, I think a lot of people would be very, very mad about that if it's true. But I just don't know. Maybe. There's a small chance I'll have those in hand by the time we do a show in 2 weeks. I just we'll see how close to that 20th they stick. Shane sent me the schedule. Master of the Universe Thundercats crossover. You guys are going to have to take the reins on this one because I don't have any idea what this is.
Just like they're doing everything, they're crossing over Master of the Universe with Thundercats.
I'm kind of excited for this line, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I'm in between on it. I think they look cool. Like Battle Cat, which is okay looking.
Now, are they going to be the Origins figures or a new Eternia figure style?
They're going to be Origin size.
Okay.
So they'll be 4 inches. Is that what they are? 4 inches, 4.5 inches?
5 inches. Yeah.
5 inches.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But you see, there's a Battle Cat. There were only 4 in this first wave, so. And then you got Lino, which one thing I do like about him, you get the accessories to change him to where he looks just like a Thundercat and not a Master of the Universe figure. Like you can take
That's cool.
the belt off and add the original belt, the original handles on his legs, so it looks more like the original Thundercat. Which that is a plus for me. I'm still on the fence about these guys. I mean, they're cool, but I like the Super 7 Ultimates a little bit better than these. Even though they are a little more expensive, they look better, and I think the quality is going to be better too. These are not going to be that great in quality, I don't think.
They don't look it, do they?
Well, I mean, they're basically the origins molds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you got any origins figures, I mean, that's pretty much what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
The interchangeable parts where you can take them apart and make your own figures out of them, and whatever.
So did they change the characters' names at all, or just?
No, they're the same names. Like Lionel, this is Chitara. And as you can see, she comes with everything to make her look like an original OG Thundercat. And then the fourth one is, of course, it's going to be a deluxe figure, which you can change from Skeletor or Skelly God to Mumra there we're living.
So this is Mattel that's doing the.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, I've heard mixed reviews. People want them and not want them, and just didn't understand why they'd want to continue to do. To me, there's a lot of crossovers, and I don't get it. But I guess if they're making money off of it, that's what they're in there for.
Yeah, there's got to be a dime.
I'll probably get the Thundercat sets and change them over to make them look like the original, just to go in with my origin stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking at all.
I think that's going to be the selling point on these.
Yeah, the fact that you can make them look original is going to be the selling point. Yeah,
and you guys don't know exactly what I mean by this because we've been dealing with collector-oriented sculpts and paint apps and everything for so long now. These look like toys.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, they really do. They look like toys, which to my eye is strange because I'm just so conditioned to seeing all of the collector-oriented stuff. It's kind of interesting, you know.
Like I said, there's so far a lot of mixed reviews on whether people want to buy them or not.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of Thundercat fans say that they ain't touching them. So I guess probably be mostly MOTU guys that will be buying them and stuff.
Hey Corey, do me a favor. Mute your mic unless you're going to use it because we're getting that.
I'm hearing it too.
TV on the other side of the wall stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. I don't think it's your fault. There's probably nothing you can do about it other than just mute your mic and trip it when you want to talk. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It was starting to get pretty loud there on mine.
Yeah, it was getting very loud. So, very cool.
Yeah, that was all the four of those figures that they're doing.
Just four of them?
Yeah, just four to start.
Yeah.
Just to test in the water with them.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
But I mean, they don't look really bad.
No, we don't.
I'm just about fed up with all the crossover stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, it's difficult enough to keep up with the singularly focused lines.
Mm-hmm.
Now to start chasing crossovers that's going to be pretty tough for a lot of guys, I think.
Yeah,
especially turtle fans because they've crossed turtles over about everything.
Everything,
yeah,
wrestling, He-Man, everything now.
Yep. And then of course they did the Batman Turtles sets a few years ago, and those suckers are big money now. So
I saw one at Sasquatch.
Yeah, they got the Robin Raft set. It's $80, and that's one of the easy ones to find. That Batgirl Donnie set's close to like $200 now. So, and if I'm not mistaken, those were GameStop exclusives too. So that doesn't help.
No, not at all.
So it's interesting, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I still think it's a lot of stage setting for a lot of IP swapping. I do think an awful lot of these licenses are going to go up for grabs.
Oh, they are.
At some point in time in the future.
I mean, we've all already heard the news of Hasbro being done with making toys. So
There was an awful lot of that news that came out this week, and I'm not being sarcastic or anything. I really genuinely am going to stick to my positive, goals to stay more positive, because you guys can all read the same stories. The handwriting's on the wall. I don't need to talk about it.
Nope.
Chris Cox is I mean, this week alone, I mean, he came right out and said it. I don't, know, it's not a mystery. It's not speculation. They're moving away from it. And
he has always been a video game guy anyway.
He come from Microsoft.
So whenever they hired him, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you guys, I listen to Clownfish TV. He comes at a lot of stuff from like a conservative viewpoint, and it's definitely more realistic than an awful lot of the other stuff. He's not a shill for anybody. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And he did a couple of pieces on it in the last 3 or 4 days. And he made a great point, though. He said, and he talked about this, Transformers is still doing very, very well. The problem that he's seeing with it is the quality of the Transformers is going down, and the price is going up. And John has said this a million times, where Hasbro can kill a golden goose quicker than anybody. But he also made the point, the last episode he did was just 10-15 minutes, but was yesterday after the huge Joe drops for G.I. Joe Day. And he came right out and said, and I think he may be right, that not all of the IPs will go away. They'll keep Transformers and they'll keep G.I. Joe and still produce toys, subcontracting the manufacturing, but not licensing it out. Which I think maybe makes sense for another year or two. But I think 2025 is going to be, I think 2025 will be the last year that toys are really what we recognize them as. I think there'll be a lot of shifts after this year. I really do. And maybe that's a good thing, because let's face it, maybe it's stagnation that's created a lot of these problems too within these companies. Maybe
you're wrong. Who knows?
Give these licenses to a company that's got some fire in their belly, and they'll do some great things with them.
See, that's what I've been hearing. They're going to sub the license out to all these other companies, let them pay them licensing fees, and sit back and make money.
Yeah.
And then they don't have any overhead with making toys. Yep. And as bad a shape as they are in right now, that's probably the best thing for them to do.
Yeah. Because this diamond
and all these other places are good.
Yeah, this diamond mess. This has turned into a really big octopus, because that's got tentacles. That's got tentacles everywhere in the collecting world. At least they're into Hasbro for over $1 million.
Yep.
So, and that, I mean, you go, $1 billion company, that doesn't matter. Well, it does when you consider that that's just the very tail end of the distribution that they were doing for Hasbro. So it's interesting here. So,
I think what's killed Hasbro is the bad Disney movies.
There's so many rumors and stuff now, and it's the internet, and I'll say this: most of these pages have their own agenda. They're not interested in ticking off the manufacturer, or they're not interested in lessening their audience by really being 100% honest about a lot of things. To be perfectly honest with you, this situation is pretty dire. Does that mean it's irreparable? No, of course not. But things are going to change. But I think everybody agrees that especially the Star Wars license really is an anchor hung right around Hasbro's neck at this point.
Yeah.
It just the media backup for that brand is absolutely horrible. So
I still think the economy is a big part of it, though.
I think you're 100% right, John. I really do. I think it's playing.
man?
I think it's playing a much bigger factor than any of us really want to admit. I think you're right.
This Marvel Legends Spider-Man Maximum figure that they revealed, and everybody automatically, without even knowing the price points, automatically assuming it's going to be like $50, and they're talking about how that's way too much just for a few extra accessories. And it is. I mean, it is. I don't know what I get. Like Road Pig, they were trying to reuse that mutt mold by putting that dog in there.
Mm-hmm.
And if we'll put a dog in there, we got to put some more accessories in there to make it worth $45. But that helmet and that other thing, those accessories, that meat hook, he can't even hold it. It won't even fit his hand. I'm like, those were wasted accessories. They're no good. Leave the dog out, leave the accessories out, give him the cinder block club, and make him $25. What they should have done.
Yep.
Yeah,
they put
I agree.
way
I agree.
too many of these deluxe figures out here lately.
I agree.
Oh, and there's more coming.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to I don't want to jump ahead, but what do you got, John? What do you got? What are you doing this week?
I don't know. Well, I put out there if anybody want to put their 10 most wanted list up to let us know, for what they want to see this year. So anyway, I went ahead and done mine. I got a G.I. Joe list and a Marvel Legends list, and so on my Marvel Legends, one of the main ones I'd like to see is Will-O-the-Wisp from Spider-Man. Most of of course, Spider-Man, my favorite character, so most of them is going to be Spider-Man oriented. But I know I've seen a lot of people in other Marvel Legends groups mention they'd like to get a Will-O-the-Wisp. That's one of the few. Well, I mean, there's still quite a few villains that Spider-Man's fault that they haven't done figures of, but I think the main ones they've pretty much covered now. So you got a few odd and ends, and Will-O-the-Wisp is one of them. So that he's my number one pick for what I'd like to see in 2025. Ariana, I'm surprised we haven't already got her. I mean, they've done pretty much everybody in the Spider-Verse, except for her and one other, which is also on my top 10 list. But I'd really like to see Ariana. The other one is the Maddie Franklin Spider-Woman, and I would like either this one, because she changed costumes about 7 or 8 times in a 20-issue run or 18-issue run. So she was sort of like the Wasp back in the older day, back in the 60s and 70s. Wasp changed costumes about every issue of the Avengers. But this is her other one. Either one of these two I'd like to see. This one's really cool because it's got the it don't show it in this picture, but it's got like the tentacle arms like the battle armor Spider-Man had. But yeah, either one of these I'd like to see. That would pretty much cover 2 of the main characters they would need to finish off the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
If we're trying to do all these Spider-Verse figures, but those 2, she kind of took over back when they rebooted Spider-Man back in the late 90s. The first few episodes of issues of Amazing Spider-Man was her, Maddie Franklin, dressed as Spider-Man, pretending to be Spider-Man. And then she got her own title there for a little while. But yes, she's my number 3 pick. Like I said, either one of the costumes, those are 2 that I like the best. Some of the other ones were a little odd, but anyway. Number 4. Yeah, there's a picture of it with the tentacles. I didn't know I'd sent both of those. But you can see it's got they're kind of like, I don't know.
That's like that Iron Spider kind of.
Yeah, like the Iron Spider, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, number 4 is the X-Men Mimic. He's like one of the earlier X-Men from, before giant size X-Men. They had this character come in, Mimic. He kind of mimicked the power of the other X-Men. and I'm really surprised they have not made him yet, because he's back in the '60s, early '70s. He's one of the he's one of the mainline X-Men.
Got some big feet.
Yeah, that's sort of where he's mimicking Beast, and you see he's got the wings.
I was gonna say those look like my feet.
Yeah. So,
But they smell like them too.
They might.
Number 5, Spot. That's another Spider-Man villain that they need to do. I know they done it from the Spider-Verse cartoon, and he looked like Gru from the Minions or Despicable Me.
Oh yeah.
I want a comic version where he's where he looks more normal.
How can it be normal, man? This is not normal.
I want the normal abnormal.
Yeah,
I mean,
normal abnormal.
I had 2 guesses at this guy's name, either Spot or Dalmatian.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another Spider-Man villain that I'm hoping they'll get to. Number 6, Diamondback, and she's got later on she went with the pink hair. I like the blonde version myself, the original, the earlier, and she would help finish off the Serpent Society, which there's a lot of the Serpent Society that they have not done. You can see like Bushmaster and Asp and Anaconda in the background there. There's several of those I have not got to yet, but I would like to see Diamondback because she was sort of a love interest to Captain America there for a little while. They kind of had the thing going on, and number 7, Deathbird. There's a lot of people I know wanting a Deathbird. I've seen a lot of people in other posts posting that they'd like to see a Deathbird. She's another one I'm really surprised I haven't got around to yet. I don't know.
Come on, Hasbro, flip us the bird.
Yeah,
Give us the bird.
The Deathbird. That's why it may what it end up being, the Deathbird. My number 8 pick is Jack of Hearts. One of the lesser known Avengers, but still, he was sort of a love interest to She-Hulk there for a while too, so they had kind of had a thing going on. Number 9, Atuma. I'm kind of really surprised they hadn't done an Atuma. They did one from the movie, from the Black Panther sequel, but I want a comic version that actually looks like Atuma because the guy in the movie didn't look nothing like him.
It's not a tumor.
Yeah, it's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
And my number 10 want list is Cardiac, another Spider-Man villain from like the late 90s. I think he'd be a pretty cool figure, and he should be easy to do. I mean, most of these I could use current sculpts and just add a couple of add-ons there.
Does he not have feet?
He does. You just can't see him from that.
That's some pretty wild artwork.
That is a weird looking. Because that one foot looks really weird, don't it? I didn't even know.
It does.
I thought he was a pirate at first.
Yeah.
With them peg legs.
It looks like peg legs, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, don't it? That's weird. Those are the 10 figures I'd like to see in the Marvel Legends. And then I also put my choices for a couple of 3-packs.
Mm-hmm.
One of them would be the Enforcers, Ox, Fancy Dan, and Montana. And if they want to go ahead and make a 4-pack and go ahead and put Big Boss in there, but Big Boss is only like 1 or 2 issues, and then he kind of got put in prison, and so then the other 3 come back many times. Of course, I think a lot of people is wanting the Warriors 3 for the Thor.
Yeah.
And I'm really surprised they have not done the comic versions of those guys. They haven't really even done the regular version. I mean, the movie version of them. So it's surprising that they haven't. I don't know.
All they've got was a Sith album movies. That was it.
Yeah, and they did do a comic version of Sith too. So, but and you got Heimdall too. But I would like to see the Warriors 3. I'm surprised they haven't done those. And then a 2-pack, or it could be a 3-pack. But I'd like to see the Tinker and one of the aliens, which we find out one of those aliens was actually Mysterio. And later on, you find out one of them was Mysterio. They were just humans dressed up as aliens. But that was from like the first. I can't remember if it's first or second issue of Spider-Man. But he was one of Spider-Man's earlier villains, the Tinker. And like I said, they had the two aliens, so they could make a 3-pack and put 2 of the aliens in there. But I'd just like to see the Tinker and one of the aliens in there would be cool to get maybe a 2-pack of those. But like I said, most of mine is Spider-Man oriented. There's a few X-Men in there, but that's what I'd like to see as far as the Marvel Legends go. And and I would like to see an awesome Android Build-A-Figure in one of those waves. We need an awesome Android. That's something I'm surprised they hadn't got to also. Because basically they got the sculpt. All they'd have to do is just give it do a new head for it, and they've got the parts.
You had Warbird in there, didn't you? Or Deathbird, or whatever her name was.
Deathbird, yeah.
They could do an easy one of that with that Lalandra figure.
Yeah, and I of course. I want a classic Miss Marvel, but they're kind of doing the Dark Avengers Warbird, which basically is almost a classic Miss Marvel. So, you could probably do a head swap on that one and make one for that. So I didn't include her on the list, but they'll probably end up releasing her as separately later on, I'm sure. As far as my G.I. Joe list goes, I didn't take pictures of them because I know most everybody knows who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, my top 10, Steeler #1, Short Fuse, Flash, Zap, Grand Slam with the orange pads, basically to finish off the vintage Joes.
Yep.
I like Wetsuit, Mainframe, Monkey Wrench, Zanzibar, and Thrasher to finish off the Dreadnoks. So
good news, Monkey Wrench is coming.
Monkey Wrench is coming, yeah.
That's my 10 wanna-sees for the Joe line, and a long shot would be maybe a Sergeant Slaughter Renegade 3-pack with Taurus, Bull, and Red Dog. Taurus, Red Dog, Mercer. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think.
And
judging by the comic, I think we're going to see a Mercer figure.
Yeah. And then if they do a HasLab this year, I'd like to see Cutter with a whale.
Oh boy, wouldn't that be awesome?
That's my picks. That's what I'd like to see in the Joes come out this year. My top 10. So I'm gonna hang on to my list, and as they put those out, I'll take them off and replace them with other characters till I get all the ones I want.
Everybody talks about the whale being too big, but if you think about that, if they made it like a true hovercraft where the bottom of the hull is actually rubber, it wouldn't be as difficult as they're making it out to be. It really wouldn't.
Even if they just did it like an original whale, it still wouldn't be that bad.
It really wouldn't. I mean, if you look at a whale, there's not a whole lot going on there.
It would be no longer than the dragonfly. It would be no wider than the rattler. So,
yeah. I'd love to see that. That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Emmett can 3D print us all one.
Yeah.
I know where there's filament at.
Hey, I have to be honest with you.
Green filament too.
I'm thinking about buying one of these foolish things for myself.
Oh, they're awesome.
And doing a whale, because the plans are out there. And some of those plans are actually pretty spectacular.
Speaking of 3D printing,
you heard now that you have to go through a background check, a federal background check to buy a 3D printer now.
Didn't hear that. Don't care.
I mean, either.
I don't know.
Speaking of 3D printing,
he hasn't done anything. Well,
just be quiet.
well,
talk about your 3D printing there.
Yes. Okay. So here, you guys are going to be patient. I'll give him some lead here, so you can settle and think about what you're going to say. Emmett got a 3D printer for Christmas. Okay, so he's designed stands for classified figures, and he's designing a few other things. But he was able to put together some things that he wants to show you guys tonight, so that if you're interested, you can put in orders in the comments or whatever, and you'll be able to pick up your stands next week at Gadsden. How's that? So I'm going to turn this a little bit so he can show you what he's got going on here.
okay, we're good.
You guys hear him all right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
There you go.
Took the word right out of my mouth.
I think I can start with this.
Sure.
That is a Cobra stand.
See what he's got going there?
Very nice.
Now,
Yeah.
I have
Alright.
decapitated
That's all right.
him.
They're a little stiff.
Hey, what happened to his head?
I've never seen anybody
So-
decapitate a figure taking them off the stand before.
There you go. So there's your Cobra stand.
So they'll be in this gray for the I sell these in 10 packs. They're $2 each, so you get 10 and it's $20 for a pack. So the Cobra, there's nothing special pretty much. It's just
That's pretty special, bud. You got this
Well,
the Cobra
I like
insignia
that.
right there.
Yeah,
I'd have to show you the other packs because there
Well,
are
yeah, it's just
special.
don't
things.
don't undersell what you got going on because you think something else is cooler. Just stick with the program here.
Crimson Guard, they have this for a stand. That might be hard to.
Can you see that he's digging
Yeah,
all the
what's
emblems off the box art?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
So that's their insignia.
if you can't
Mhm.
see it, just look it up on Google. That's where you can find a picture of.
And
the
of course,
logo.
Crimson Guard will be red stands. Cobra will be this gray.
And just keep in mind, all of these are 10 packs. So,
Right, for the most part, yes.
well,
What? Just keep
we're
going.
getting to it now.
Yeah, you get
This is Dreadnoks.
Dreadnoks will be purple.
It will be in this purple. The logo is a little different from the others I've shown.
It's larger, so it doesn't really make for that badge real well.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is what I've been talking
This
about.
is if you guys were listening to that printer in the background, he's been working very hard to get this done because we were waiting for a very special filament to get here, and Amazon delivered it during the show. So he made this first one now. So
This is, you'll only get 9 of these if you buy a Dreadnought pack. And the reason why is because you get a special stand for the 10th. And this one's only for Zartan, so it looks like the other one somewhat. But let's see if I can do this.
You telling me it changes colors?
yep,
It changes colors like the figure did.
Get out of here.
yes,
Really?
yes,
It changes colors.
yes.
I don't
You
believe
just
it.
put it in the sunlight?
It's temperature sensitive.
It's temperature.
he
so
had
it's-
he had the filament doing it just in his hands. So I want to make sure you guys are following. The Dreadnoks is a 10-pack, right? If you buy the 10-pack, it's the only way you're going to get this color change one. The 10th figure stand in a Dreadnought pack is the color change for Zartan.
And the way
Yeah,
you'll
that-
know the
that gives them
difference
an
is it's a
idea.
little darker.
That'll give them the idea.
Oh, that is
Oh,
cool.
cool.
Okay.
And,
So-
you change color very fast. It does not really see how it's changing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
really
cool.
cool.
Really cool. Really,
Very
really
cool.
Now-
Nice little homage to the OG stuff, right? So
Now to G.I. Joe.
Yep.
Now these aren't going to be the only teams. They'll be the only teams for these specific currently.
he's still working on getting these designs and putting them through what they call the slicer. It's a pretty good learning curve for him, so he's doing very well. It's just
Here's the
did you
G.I. Joe stand. It looks brown in the camera right now, but it's actually an
OD
army green.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So you got G.I. Joe stands, and it's going to be like the Dreadnought pack. But this one will be $25, or I'll have just normal G.I. Joe packs with 10, and it's going to be 20. This is 25 for
tell
this.
him why.
It's going to be, you get 13 stands, but you can only get 12 of those G.I. Joes. And for your classic Snake Eyes, there is one black Arashikage stand.
Nice. Very nice.
That's a cool little nod to the originals, right? Too that everything was the
Mhm.
same except Snake Eyes, and it was just because he was black, right? So the only time that you'll get the black Snake Eye stand is in the OG 13 pack. Okay, still following us? Okay. what else
Just
we
keep
got?
in mind you can order in the comments. I will write it down. You put your name and what you want to order. You can do it throughout the show. It doesn't really matter. I'll be here watching.
No, I don't have an extra hooded Cobra Commander. No.
Not yet.
He's working on.
Well, I'll show. This was a prototype
Yeah, it's
I did during the show that
Yeah.
failed miserably.
that happens.
This is I wanted to do 4 packs of Ninja Turtle stands for the NECA figures or just like loyal subjects.
Even the Playmates.
Yeah, like Ninja Turtle figures. They're 4 packs and they're blue, red, purple, and orange. And I wanted to do a stand that was shaped like a pizza and it's brown for Splinter, but I haven't designed that yet. So this is a prototype. This is not, if you ordered one of these, what you'd be getting.
New York City manhole covers
It's
will be your stand for the turtles.
yes, but it won't have all the messed up stuff and
Right.
it will be bigger.
Didn't you have another one you done here?
What's that?
No cover. You had one that you done was a little bit better than that one. It was.
let
I
him
think
do
it was
it.
gray, maybe.
Yeah, it's this. It is funny. He's doing very well. It's just these are all works in progress, and those turtle stands will end up about twice that big in diameter, because just based on like the NECA, they're you kind of get the idea. You'd have to have one for each foot. So, but he'll do each of the turtles' colors, and probably Splinter will end up with a special one. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet.
I mean, this one's pretty bad too, but
Well, yeah, but that gives you NYC sewer.
oh, that's upside. No,
It's okay.
it's just really screwed up.
As far as the Joes goes, he's working on.
Let's see. I got
Yep.
names in this notebook.
There you go. We'll tell him what you. Maybe by the show this summer, but not right now.
Currently work in progress. Ninja Force, Cobra Law, which I don't have a logo for yet. There isn't a different logo. Yes, you did get the spelling right. That's actually that.
Nice
actually.
job, buddy.
Oh, I did not. Right.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Stay focused.
Iron Grenadiers, Night Force, Python Patrol, Steel Brigade, and Bats. But I can do Bats really fast.
And
That's it. Tiger Force? Oh, I didn't write that down, did I?
No.
Great.
You still like one more?
Python
got-
Patrol.
no, he's going to do Python Patrol. He's got all his colors picked out and everything else.
You gotta have something for Slaughter's Marauders.
Slaughter's
Oh,
Marauders.
I already have it marked down. It's right there with Night Force.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he's aware of them. We're like taking it in bites.
I was already overwhelmed with this list.
And he also is seriously considering a special pack of 788 for the Hist Fire Team.
And I might do Rattler set and Dragonfly set.
Right.
But
So,
that would be later on if these are successful enough.
so that's what he's doing.
The reason why I'm plugging this on the show is because I have to have $100 before the end of the week, or Seth's goons will come break my kneecaps.
He made a deal. Seth at Sasquatch, when we were down there the other day, he made a bit of a deal with Emmett to encourage him, and
This is a statue set
right
that he had.
that he just had to have, but of course has
yes,
no
I
money.
did have to have it. Yes, I did. I looked at
is
it
so
online.
cool. This is really cool.
It does take.
Is that from the TV show?
What's that?
Is that from the TV show at Statue Set?
Yep.
That's cool. I like it.
So yeah, Seth was encouraging him and just said, "Okay, so you got to sell $100 worth of stands, and then
Oh, the price I can give you the prices, and I can give you the packs.
I'm going to get the prices and everything info, and I'll post it in the group, Mason.
Yeah, thank you, Mason. So at this point, again, they're 10 packs, except for the special ones he's working on.
They're $20.
There's just 4 teams: Standard Joe, Standard Cobra, Crimson Guard, and the Dreadnoughts. Okay. Everything else is in process. So,
well, actually, no. There's only one special team that goes with Extras. I haven't even designed the turtles yet.
well, yeah, we're not going to worry about the turtles just yet. But so stay tuned, and if you're interested, let us know. I'm going to be pushing him hard, considering the amount of money I spent in filament in the last week. I'm going to be pushing him hard. This machine will probably be wore out by the end of the week. He's going to have some. He's going to have some stands with him at the show. We don't have a table or anything. Don't get me wrong, but
you'll know me because I'll probably be wearing a stupid costume.
You know him anyway, so it doesn't matter if he's wearing a costume or not. If you watch the show, you know who Emmett is. So, he's actually, guys, seriously, he's working very hard on this. He's doing.
Also, if he wants to, he could just put an order on the show right now.
Well, I don't know if he's just trying to help you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but
don't worry about it.
I have a notebook here. I can write down names and.
Now he needs to make his own stands. It says "Good night, Emmett."
Good night, Emmett. That's right.
I was thinking about making a patch for that.
Good night, Emmett Studios. That's his name of his business.
Yeah,
I might actually do that.
I tell you, for the July show, I would encourage you to try to make some like Rebel and Empire bases too for the Black Series, because there's a lot of people. I bet.
I still have to sell these. I don't really have enough to sell so far.
Well, it's all right. He's going to learn a lot about marketing, and he's going to learn a lot about. You have to have something different at the next show. Right?
Yep,
because if you don't, here's this. I've already explained to him, this is how this is going to happen. He's going to show up at the show next weekend with these stands, right? And the next time he shows up at the next show, somebody else is going to be there with these exact same stands that they stole from him, right? So he has to have something else just to keep one step ahead of them, because we've all seen it a million times. People are relatively lazy, and they will be selling them for half of what he's trying to get for them, and so on, so on, so on. So
over time, you'll be seeing more stands showing up, and I'll still have the original stands, and then I'll have like another wave of stands.
So he's working hard.
I'll give you a piece of advice. Next thing you need to make, 3D printed McFarlane stand. Put your microchip in it. Every time you press a button, it goes McFarlane.
Hey, if you would do McFarlane stands with 2 pegs on them to put both feet on there, I would definitely buy them.
You know what? That's actually
Watch this. Watch this.
We went through.
Watch me. I'll do it.
Not right this second.
Oh, I can do it right this second without even trying.
Thanks, John.
You're right.
Watch this. This is gonna.
I hate going there and one of them be standing this way or leaned over this way. No, I don't know why you don't put two pegs on them.
Oh, John, that's a good idea. I'd be interested in them too.
There was like 4 waves of figures where the ankles were wonky on them, and they don't stand up good at all. Some of them, I wish I'd just left them in the package because they don't stand up for squats.
Right.
Yeah, I know that Batman from the animated series he done. I just got to lean him up against the back of the wall of the cabinet.
The worst one I have is the DC versus Vampires Batman. The ankles on that figure are horrible. It won't support its own weight. So there he goes.
Any of them capes, it's not cloth.
Don't
I have
touch
problems with.
Okay, so he just programmed in a peg that's got 2 posts on it. He just turned on the machine. You want me to send this?
Not yet. Not until
okay. I'm just
goes.
giving you an idea of how quick this is.
Flat stands would be good too if you can get it in clear.
From everything I've seen, printing in clear is almost impossible. It just looks terrible.
Really?
Yeah. This stuff gets ridiculously hot when it comes out of that printer. That means it's ready to go.
Not yet.
Hey, Dave, check them comments and see if I got all them right.
Hang on a second. I have to push a button to start the printer, and I can't see any of you. So
We can hear you, not see any of you.
so he's doing a good job. It's just you guys know how this all goes, right? I mean, you gotta encourage these guys to do something, to be creative, to show some initiative. And you can't squash that. You know what I mean? You gotta step up
Gotta be
and
supportive.
you got to, because some of this stuff you kind of go, and then other stuff is important, and I appreciate greatly you
There you
guys
go.
giving us the time to show you what he's up to here. So, boy, this is nuts. Turn my computer back on. There we go. Yay. Yes. So, what do we got here? 10 stamps for $20. Yes, except for the OG 13 pack, because you get extra stands with that one.
Yeah.
12 green, 1 black for Snake Eyes, 25. Yeah. Yes. So the factions at this point are Joe, Cobra, Crimson Guard, and Dreadnoks. Everything, literally everything else is in the works. Except for he said Battle Force 2000. It's just like, they're never going to make classified series figures of Battle Force 2000. It's just never going to
I was
happen.
looking through a Wikipedia list of teams.
I know you were.
They'll come out right before Ice Cream Soldier.
I'm thinking about buying the Cobra pack and the Joe pack and taking it a step further and painting in the logos.
Yeah, it'd be very easy. There's one thing I do want to go over this with you guys. The nature of this particular stand, the Joe pack. When he prints these, the G.I. Joe is actually attached to the stand, but it's only attached by like really string type structures.
I think it might have a structure of it.
If that makes any sense. So what he's doing is he breaks it off and then trims it up, and it's actually super glued to the front of the stand. That way it will stay there. Otherwise it'll just fall off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Crimson Guard, those are on there permanently, right? That's just that small round medallion.
Yeah.
Here you go.
The Cobra.
This is what's holding the stand, the logo on originally. Put it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just not
So very
sturdy.
flimsy, yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah, it's not sturdy enough to hold it on there. But the Cobra one is the same. That sucker's on there. That's molded right on there really well.
Very nice.
I kind of want to do this. This was a prototype for the Dreadnought stand.
I know it looks so cool. Look at that though. That really looks cool.
But it's so flimsy.
Yeah.
And this was just not built correctly. That it looks cool, but it's just not functional.
It doesn't function. Here's your Arashikage Snake Eye stand. See 'em?
Very nice.
And again, the Dreadnoughts. These were just they were a little different.
Okay, now will the price of these include shipping?
Yes, you've been all over the table.
If you order a pack, you're gonna get it in a Ziploc bag, and it will look like this. Well, I'm saying it because I have 2 Cobra sets ready right now.
Okay.
I will tell you this much, guys. At this point in time, I don't want to get him involved with shipping if we can help it. I'd really rather he just kind of
I know
sell
that's going to be a
stands where he
question.
can. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I know there'll be a question if.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody wanted a bunch of them, then sure. I mean, I will figure out something. But I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can so that he doesn't get overwhelmed. If that makes any sense.
Your 2-peg McFarlane stand's getting ready.
It's over there printing away right now.
6 minutes.
I have to tell you, this 3D printing stuff it's actually it's fascinating. I mean, this is the weirdest little thing.
Turn it.
They've all seen them. Dude.
Yeah, but I move the computer. I move it. Give me that. Ow.
Don't break the computer.
So you see, McFarlane stand 2 pegs, sprinting away. You take care of the computer.
Okay, so that's the sales pitch from Emmett. So Emmett needs to go night, because it's a school day tomorrow.
Good night,
Good
Emmett.
night, Emmett.
Good night, Emmett.
Good night, Emmett. Go get ready for bed. By the time you're ready to do that, that stand will probably be ready to show them.
I'll be ready because Mima's gonna make me take a shower.
It says 6 minutes. You got time.
Yeah, Mima's making me take a shower anyway.
Please take a shower.
Please take a shower.
I got an idea for him, but I don't want to say over the show. Something I've never seen before in a stand, but I would like to see it in a stand.
Sure. Yeah, send it to me.
I'm
as
not.
a message.
I'll say it. I can get off the show.
Yeah, just send me a message, Corey. Yeah, and if you guys have got other ideas, he's not shy. He's doing very well. It's just, you guys get it. I mean, it's you get a kid on the spectrum. It's hard to motivate him to begin with. So this is doing pretty good. So what do we want to do, Shane? Want to do the Hasbro leaks?
Did nobody else
I
do
guess they weren't
something
really
10
leaked,
wanted
were they?
list?
I didn't.
What's that?
I
Am I
forgot.
the only one that done a 10 most wanted list?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get the chance to do it.
Corey,
do
you
mine
didn't
next
do
time.
one?
No, man, I didn't.
I expect y'all to have one next week or week after next when we do the show again.
We'll put that on the to-do list.
So, Televiper with the text on the face screen. This is retro carded, correct?
Yes.
We don't. These are digital renders. We got no idea when these are going up for order or when they'll be released. But this is the one we should have got with the trouble bubbles.
I'm not disappointed in any of the ones they leaked out this time.
Nope, me either.
Me neither.
Nope, me either. There's one thing that's a little wonky, but we'll get there when we get there. For me, anyways. But nope, I'm looking forward to this one. They'll sell a ton of these. There ain't no doubt in my mind. They will sell a ton of them.
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt.
What do we got here? Retro Flint. Interesting little
Fabulous.
eyebrow raise there. This is a cool figure.
Fabulous.
This is a cool one.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And we'll talk about that later. Another great one.
I love this figure, but I'm still kind of confused.
Me too.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I'm still just kind of confused. It's I don't know. But I love the
red
figure.
hair.
I think they did a great job.
They should have made her.
I don't know.
Right, they should have made her one blonde haired, one redhead.
I agree.
Yeah,
Because I remember her being a short redhead.
Oh, I remember both.
And later on being the blonde hair.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
tell you what though, I mean, she definitely this is more model than any of the others I've seen. If you
Look
ask
at
me.
the hat face.
Yeah.
I mean
I like the one with a hat.
Yeah,
that is a great sculpt right there.
it is.
Yep.
Just the render.
What
Well,
does
both
the
of them
hat
are great.
say?
But
The
the
Pics
Pics
are-
garage.
The Pit's garage,
Yes, girl.
like the pit.
Yep. The pit. G.I.Joe the pit. But
I just don't understand it. I don't understand it being on a retro card though, because it should look like a vintage figure. That's
Right,
the
exactly. Right. That's what I mean. I love this figure. I'm just there's some things about it that just kind of confuse me.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
Can I ask a major question?
Sure.
What's up with Sledgehammer?
The what?
I was fixed to talk about. She's worse in the garage, man.
The sledgehammer?
Is she a Triple H fan? I mean, what?
No, you need a plug hammer or a sledgehammer for working on the tracks of a Wolverine.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
So yeah, you got to drive track pins and stuff. You got to have a pretty substantial hammer. So yeah, that's for working on the Wolverine, which is a cool, tip of the hat to her vehicle.
Yep. So could that be a hint?
I'd like to think so.
Maybe we'll get the actual retro one with the Wolverine.
Oh, maybe, right?
Yeah. Which, it doesn't got the sculpt. They just got to put a new head on it. If they would take this head and put it in the reddish brown hair, it'd be
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Or could the sledgehammer also be a hint to maybe a bridge layer with toe brew?
Maybe, right?
Never know.
No, you don't.
Hasbro doing Hasbro things.
That's right. That's right. Boy,
Nice and dice.
they loaded these guys up. I never had
Yeah.
these. These were after I was
Me
out
neither.
of Joe. But
Yeah.
these are really. I can see them with the red ninjas or the blue ninjas or both.
Mhm.
This is very cool. This is very, very cool.
I do like them.
Yep.
And
very
with the
cool.
other accessories, you could kind of troop build too. You know?
Yeah.
You know,
Very
these
cool.
leaked out here a while back, you know, from
Yep.
Yeah, the prototypes were shown here quite a while ago.
Mhm.
This is now, guys. These are nothing but repainted 60th divers, right?
Right. That's what it is.
right.
If it's not for the mask piece, I'm not so sure I'd buy this set.
That's the only reason
I don't
buy this
get-
set.
I mean, it's going back to the cartoon. So why didn't they put the regular G.I. Joe logo on the backpack instead of the new one with the star? I don't.
Right, but
Well,
and I
because
agree.
it's still classified. It's not the OG. They're doing a classified.
Yeah, but it's based off the old
I know.
cartoon.
But why wasn't it? Why didn't we get Torpedo? Why didn't we get
We
Stalker? I
already
mean,
got
they were
Torpedo.
both prominent in that scene in the yellow suits.
Yeah.
This is like green shirts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's
Yeah,
the what's the
each of them had-
canister at the top?
Do what?
What now?
The canister thing in the middle at the top, look like a glass
That's for the
canister.
mass device.
Yeah, that's the mass device, the element that
Okay.
they got in the water.
If you've never seen the mass device, you need to look that up and watch it.
That's the heavy water.
That's
Yeah.
the heavy water.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
Heavy water. I think I would pass on this set.
Nah, not me.
Ah,
Not if you're going to collect the mass device. You don't.
no, I'm telling you right now, that piece and those two pieces right there are going to be so critical to the rest of what you're going to spend a few $100s on. You're not going to have a choice but to buy this.
Yeah.
Because in the cartoon, these guys were legitimately in there swimming in the water
Yeah.
to get the mass device piece.
But I don't remember any. They were all team members. It was the first time we ever saw a Torpedo. Why couldn't it have just been a Torpedo in a
I
yellow
think
suit?
they were some
Were there?
regular troops in there with them. I do believe they were.
Oh,
Yeah, they
I
would.
think so. Yeah.
I have a stupid
It's
idea.
been a while since I watched it, but I'm pretty sure there were just regular team members other than the
I
main
have to watch
characters.
it again, I guess. It's interesting. I don't
I know they were Cobras.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, there were generic Cobras everywhere. Yeah.
Because that come out before the eels, so they
Mhm.
Yes.
basically
Yes.
like that. And there was a Baroness was in there too. I'm hoping they'll do a
Yes.
Baroness with a mass device or something.
Yeah, I know that
They
red.
have
that
to.
red- yeah, that one would have been awesome.
Yeah, all these are great.
Yeah.
Mason.
And there he is, retro
With a
breaker.
bubble gum.
Retro breaker, and more.
That's all
more.
three elements, right? That they
Can you
Put out
can you
so
zoom
far.
in on the alternate head with a bubble gum?
sure can.
Does it have a beard? Can you tell? Yeah, it's still got a beard.
Oh yeah,
Because in the comic, he didn't have a beard.
not at first. No.
Yeah.
No.
I thought they might have done the bubblegum head without the beard, so it looked like the.
Right.
Yeah.
What was his name in the cartoon? It wasn't even Breaker. What did they call him? Shoot.
No, it was Breaker.
Yeah, I thought it was Breaker. Yeah.
Oh, it was the comic that he had a different name. First time. You remember?
Well, there was another one. I think in the cartoon there was another character too. Let's see. Sparks was the cartoon.
Marks. Yeah.
Mhm.
Shooter was in the comic,
comic.
right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's what it was.
Now we already got a version of this with the vehicle last year, right?
Yeah, we got him with the Ram.
The Ram cycle,
Yeah.
way back, first of the line. Yeah.
He's in the
Oh, we
The
got Ram
green.
cycle.
Yep. And I don't mind that breaker. I like that breaker figure.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
So
too.
this is just
The
bonus.
other breaker looks like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Maybe. I guess I'd have to go
I
back.
think
And
the
look
only
at
difference is getting the backpack and the bubble gun head and the master device piece.
Now, I have to tell you, I'm a little. It's interesting though because we've got the hard water element is in a 2-pack, right? I'm guessing the radioactive element is going to come with Snake Eyes and the polar bear.
And the polar bear, yes.
And then we get
Yeah.
Breaker with the third element just as a standalone figure. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Because that 2-pack is going to be expensive, and the Snake Eyes and that bear are going to be really expensive. And
I
then
think
you
they're
just,
trying to just make it.
then you
so
just
they
got a
cost bunch of money.
single figure with the third element.
I wouldn't doubt they don't make this a $35 figure with that in the backpack. I mean, honestly,
I don't think so.
I don't know,
I think
man.
this is going to be regular retail price.
Is it
I
just
hope
me
so,
though?
but-
Is that a little out of? It's kind of a little out of pattern to have a single one and then a 2-pack, and then again, I'm assuming Snake Eyes comes with the radioactive element.
You got
See, this is the trophy to get you good on the mass collection, because you got to get this one. Now you got to get the other two high expensive ones to get all three elements.
But I'm telling you,
Yeah.
with the alternate head and that masterpiece device and all, I bet they're going to try to charge $35 for it.
I don't think so.
Nah, I think it's
I don't know. I just don't know anymore.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't know.
Have they done any single figures with alternate heads for $25?
yeah.
Yeah.
Quick kick, big boa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they didn't have a piece of the master device with them.
It's this big, John.
I'm telling you.
I don't know. It'd be
Don't put
interesting
it,
to see,
I don't
won't
put
it?
it past them. I think they're trying
I
to
don't-
get
Maybe
completely away
Snake
from $35 figures. They want 35 or more for everything they make now, it seems like.
I just don't see this one being that.
I don't know. I think this is the taste to get you in the door for the hire too.
I mean, I hope not. I hope it is 25, but I'm just, it ain't gonna surprise me if it's more. I'll put it that way.
It's interesting. Docalon. This one is actually better than I was expecting.
I don't know, but I just love this figure for some reason.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very cool. It's a lot better than I
I
was
don't know
expecting.
much about it, but I want it.
Iron Grenadier is all you need to know.
Yeah, Destro's cousin.
Okay.
Destro's cousin.
And I kind of suspected this since he's in the comic.
Oh yeah.
Showed up in Destro, the miniseries,
Mm-hmm. That alternate head though.
in the Energon universe. That's pretty wild. That looks like one of the quintessentials, doesn't it, in the Transformers?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it does.
Which is kind of interesting, isn't it? But look
Yep.
at the eyes on that.
I
What's
did
that?
believe what it's supposed to be is a mask like Destro's.
Right.
But yeah, this one figure really intrigued me a lot.
Yep. Very cool. Yeah, there's not a clunker in this bunch. There's
No.
there's not. I mean, even those repaint divers are still cool.
I
Oh
love
yeah.
it.
And we get new weapons with him.
This
Yeah.
is
It's like
this
pretty
is
much
interesting.
a bat. It's like a bulky bat. I mean, look at it has the claw hand and the flamethrower hand, and it has bat.
I've heard a couple of rumors about this thing.
If they didn't say it weren't awesome, they're all wrong.
Yeah,
I heard one that opens up and you put a figure in. I also heard it opens up in a smaller, like a scout droid comes out.
I don't know.
I read somewhere that this thing is 10 inches tall. If you look at the contours of the body, it's not possible to put a 6-inch figure
I don't
in
think so
that
either.
body. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that would put it closer to 14 inches.
With a leg
Put a
joint.
6-inch figure in it.
At least 12.
At least 12, right?
Yeah.
So I maybe
Yeah.
something goes in there, but it's not a 6-inch figure.
I don't think it will.
If that is truly 10 inches tall, it's not a 6-inch figure.
Number one, they didn't even mention anything about being able to put a figure in it.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you look
I
at
don't
the
think
leg
so.
joints, there's openings there There's no way a leg could go in there because it's open.
If you
Yeah, see,
if you look at
Mason
the
makes a
chest,
great point.
those old,
Mason makes a great point. That flame, that's the same flame that's been reused over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
You look at that, there's no way. There's a 6-inch
Yeah.
figure does not fit in that.
Yeah.
So what it is that goes in there, if anything at all, I got no idea. But this is not the bat that we used to know.
Snake.
I'm sorry, Snake. Yeah. So I don't know, man.
Oh, $55 Hasbro Pulse exclusive. That's what it's going to be.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
That I knew,
Yeah.
if you look at the renders on each side of that panel on the front, looks like that panel opens up.
It does. Yep. It does. But what's in there, who knows? Lilliputian. I don't know. The lollipop.
I mean,
I'm leaning
they
towards
didn't mention
it's
anything
another
about
drone.
anything going in there, so who knows?
Well, that center portion definitely folds open, but that may be like electronics or something in there. It may be a compartment. It may be a compartment to hold a mass device canister.
Maybe so.
Those might be.
Maybe weapons storage.
Because the snake armor was in the miniseries, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because I remember the backside looked like stone. They looked like part of the cage, and they turned around and they were.
Yeah, Snake Eyes dropped that radiation shielding to
Save the other
in the fight with the snakes. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Dave might be honest, it might be weapon storage.
It may be weapon storage. Maybe that simple. But a figure doesn't go in there. I know that.
we will never know until they come out
We will
with a
never know.
finished product
That's right.
and the quintessential that everybody wants.
Yes, about time.
This third seat thing, though, isn't that kind of weird, guys? I mean,
It is.
I still like it. Don't get me
I like
wrong,
it,
but
yeah.
this isn't.
It makes sense too, because how did they shoot the gun if they have to stand right on top of the engine?
Well,
Well, I understand
No,
you
it
can remove
was-
the seat in the top part of it.
it was automated.
It was
It
an
was a
optical. It was an optical on the OG
Yeah.
All Striker.
This,
In
I
the
still
passenger
like
seat-
it, but it's got a whole safari vehicle vibe to it, doesn't it?
It kind of reminds me of the 12-inch dune buggy they done back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
The 12-inch line.
Yeah. Still very
That's
cool.
what they were saying, that you can remove the seat and the top bars off of it
Oh, and
and
make it look like
an
a
OG version.
Oh, that would be cool. That would make it
Yeah,
a lot
'cause you
better
got
from my
roll
perspective.
cage here.
yeah. I guess you can.
Yeah. Well, that would be better.
But you see this gun here?
Yeah.
Emmett was asking. On the OG one, that was a
That
camera.
was an optical. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they used that optical to look, and the gun would move to which way they were looking to fire it. That's how they fired the gun.
Mm-hmm.
But we already know what's going to happen. There's going to be a whole lot of complaining about them ammo crates and them
Yeah.
belts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you put them? How do they fit? You can't get them to work. I can hear it now.
And I'm guessing at least $100, right? I mean, so
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
I like his coffee mug.
Yeah. Yo, Joe.
Joe.
Where would you put the ammo canisters at?
Don't know. I'd have to.
Here we go already.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, I like my ammo canisters on my other vehicle. I just don't see where you put them at on this one.
Oh, I'm sure there's some place to put
Was
them.
that a sun visor that says off road?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, he comes decked out with a whole bunch of head accessories.
Oh, yeah. Got this bandana to go over his face while driving. I like it. This is a good one.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I mean, but
Oh, yeah.
it's
He's
not.
got the-
It's certainly definitely a modernized ostrich. So,
And let's don't skip out on the cool clutch.
What was that?
He's pretty
Crankcase?
cool looking. Yeah, crankcase, I meant. What did I say clutch for?
habit.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Motocross helmet. a regular helmet, some neckerchiefs, a thing goes over his mouth, some goggles, off-road visor. He's got a whole bunch of cool head accessories.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
binoculars down there too.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
got to use them binoculars from Duke.
Now it'll be, they throw all this crap in, and this one will be 115. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I
will
don't know
still
about
say
that.
$99.
I think it's
I
going
don't
to be.
think it's going to be $9.
Why, it's such a good idea.
Maybe $79.99, maybe.
I think it'd be the same as the Stinger and the Vamp. I think it's going to be $100.
Yeah.
You think?
Yep. I do
$99.
too.
Yeah, I do.
It's so much
I think they
smaller.
threw in some
That-
extra stuff to make it.
That's why they added that. That's why they added that seat and that extra cage.
Yeah,
So they get.
I don't know.
it the same price.
I'm gonna go with $79.99.
that'd be cool.
I'm
I
going
mean,
to
I'd
go
take it.
$100, $99.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
I
take
have
it.
been wrong, and I can't admit it.
If they done,
And
if
he's
they
got
done
a toolkit. Nobody mentioned the toolkit. Wonder if that opens up.
I very seriously doubt it.
If it did, they'd show it. I bet. They're showing all these other little pieces. If that opened up, they'd show that.
Oh yeah. And I think that was the last of them. Favorite of them all, guys. Which one was it?
Oh,
Snake.
This
boy, I
We're
don't
missing
know,
something,
man.
aren't we?
Mm-mm.
That's all of them.
Yep.
Well,
my
there was,
number
a,
two had to be Death Row's brother,
there was a bunch of names.
Cousin.
Those two, yeah.
cousin.
Yeah.
And I like the Televiper with the alert stuff on his visors.
Did y'all notice what the second one had said?
What?
What the?
Yeah. I mean, if I had to just what we got in digital reveals, I mean, I'd go slice and dice.
That is a great. They are great.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
For the
But I like
retro,
I like it all.
for retro, for me, it's Flint.
It's a cool. It's a good.
Great looking figure.
It's a
And the
good figure.
Televiper.
And them all. I can't pick one. Don't make me.
Yeah.
I like how they added some more hands to Flint.
Yeah,
Don't worry, Shane. They'll let you buy all of them. They won't limit you.
I'm sure they will.
Well, they're going to
Might
try.
Want
Yeah.
me to do too.
So yeah, I mean, what was it? What was it that was announced? Name onlys, or at least reiterated.
That was B4,
B4,
Sci-Fi,
Sci-Fi,
Monkey Ranch, and Night Viper.
and the Night Viper, right?
And
then
good
there
old
was,
crystal ball.
yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
Yeah, this is a leaked list from Full
Yeah.
Force Podcast.
And then there was another list that was floating around on 4chan that had a bunch of names on it, but I don't know how accurate. 4chan has got such a deservedly bad reputation. I don't know if there's anything to it or not.
Cobra and Joe Driver. What's up with that?
Where's that?
Oh,
at?
Diver. Excuse me. I ain't got my glasses on. Never mind. It's Diver.
Wait, they got a green shirt trooper for a retro carded figure.
Yeah, you didn't see that one?
No, I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, retro carded bat and then the green shirts.
Is it not kind of weird that they're doing some of the cartoon figures when Super 7's doing them?
It's very strange that they are so cartoon heavy all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But I guess somebody somewhere says that's what's going to sell. So,
Arthur DXL. What could that be?
Something deluxe.
Ain't no telling.
well,
That's
no,
the
there's
master
not.
There's so many on there.
You think they'll do the mass device like they did in the 25th line and make it in parts, like a build a vehicle
Well,
piece?
I don't know.
Here's your mass device figures on the right top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mason. I am still. I know it's a generational thing more than anything, but I am actually shocked that V4 Snake Eyes is getting made, because that is the absolute worst Snake Eyes figure ever. I mean, it's just holy cow. The colors.
Yep, they sure
I
are.
know it's the way it was at that time, but it's
Looking at
just-
the deluxe and legacies, I can tell you right now that what is it, Angelina or Well, right there on the bottom, I think that's going to be a medic.
Or a nurse.
And Angelica,
G.I.
it's
Jane.
going to be a nurse. It's going to be a nurse or a medic. Trent Pett, that's going to be a police K-9 unit. And Quinn, I think that's going to be a doctor.
I don't know.
Because of Dr. Quinn, medicine woman.
That's what I'm thinking. It's the reason they named it that. Yeah.
Could be Quinn from the comics.
It could be Quinn. Yeah, exactly.
With
He'd
a,
make
with
a
a
great
sled
Deluxe
and some
figure.
dogs.
It could be. It could be.
Never
Quinn.
know.
Yeah, he could easily. Quinn could easily be a deluxe figure all by himself.
Mhm.
You know, that 30 cal Browning, and he was big anyways. Quinn could easily be a deluxe. They could throw that in. No idea. But that was somebody with that 4chan list. I took a picture. There's all kinds of speculation on that with the Pats specifically. But I mean, one of them was Dusty, and what the heck was that?
Version 2, Dusty.
Fish Boy Deluxe Trooper Builder Pack.
Sandstorm was the coyote's name, wasn't it?
Sandstorm.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Yep.
Brainchild 2-pack.
Dusty didn't sell well at all, so I think that's a real stretch.
Since they had the the monkey with the warthog, maybe they'll do Dusty and Sandstorm, and then they'll have a Roadrunner to go with him. Since he's got a coyote.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Interesting.
There's a little Acme Dynamite.
I have an idea with that McFarlane, the dual pegged McFarlane stand.
Just like that.
How about every second 10-pack someone buys, I'll add in one of those
No.
for free. And it will be online by Wednesday.
No.
Wednesday this week.
Online what? What are you talking about?
On the Facebook.
I don't do the Facebook.
Shane does the Facebook.
Shane is not your employee.
He can help.
I gotta get some security here, man.
Hey, you want me to give you another idea?
No.
I'll give you 25% of the earnings.
No.
That's a deal.
Yeah, he doesn't have any idea what 20% of 25% of his earnings are. He doesn't even know if he's got any earnings yet. Trust me. So
That's a quarter out of every dollar, my friend.
I would take that stand. I would take that stand and go just about a quarter of a way around and move that peg inward, so you could either have a wide stance or a short stance. Because some of the figures you don't want in a wide stance, and some of them you do. Does that make sense?
Well, do you want to know what I did with this? It's literally, I can explain it.
make it quick.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
I took a one-peg McFarlane stand.
An added peg.
No, and I doubled. I made a copy of that stand, overlaid it with the other stand, and just spun it around halfway.
So if he offset it, he'd end up with an oblong stand. Yes.
Okay, well, leave it
Boss
as
is
it is.
speaking. Go.
Good night, Emmett.
Good night, Emmett. My wife just
Good night,
just dropped the hammer on him.
All that look.
Oh no, she went.
Yeah.
So it's not
I don't
just
know where
the
that 2
look.
hours went to.
There was some animation involved there. So you put it.
Yeah, quick 2 hours when you're having a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, great show. Thanks for the support, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And we'll see you in Gadsden in between, hopefully.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Good
Good night,
everyone.
guys.
Good night.
Good night, Evan.